Привет, всем привет, меня зовут Ере, и я изучаю русский язык самостоятельно. Сегодня я в лесу с собакой, и я буду говорить о своих целях изучения русского языка. Но я буду говорить на английском. Что? Почему? Я буду объяснить скоро, почему на английском. Но если вы не знаете английский, это не проблема, потому что у вот видео есть субтитры, и все будет хорошо. Да. Yes. Like I said, in this video, I will be speaking about my goals for language learning. But first, shortly, why is this video in English and not in Russian, which is the language that I'm learning at the moment, or Finnish, which is my native language? I think the short answer is that it's a lot easier for me to speak in English. I don't need to think all the time and try to translate in my head that how to say this. I can just speak and express my thoughts about the topic that I have for today. And well, of course, someone might ask that, okay, why aren't you not speaking in Finnish then? That would be even more easy. It would be more comfortable, more convenient. But well, I don't have a short, quick answer for that, but maybe if I explain it a bit, then you will get the point. When I started learning Russian 6.5 months ago, it was a coincidence. If you want to know more about it, why do I study Russian, there's a link somewhere if I'm able to add it. When I started learning Russian, I had this quick idea that crossed my mind that it would be nice if I knew Russian as well as I know English. And what do I mean with that, or what did I think when I thought about it? I think that the key is to communicate, and in English it's really easy for me to talk, to say hello to the dog or whatever. I can take part in a conversation, or I can speak without thinking too much. I don't need to translate in my head. I can just focus in speaking, and that would be nice if I could do that in Russian as well. Of course, my English is not perfect. I know that I make small mistakes all the time, especially with grammar, but in the end I can communicate and people can understand me. I can understand others. It would be nice if I could do that same with Russian. And because of this, I decided that, hey, I'll make a video in English, and that way I can, well, I get some sort of reference point for myself that, okay, if I want to speak fluently and easily in Russian, then it should be something similar that I do in English. And that's why this video is in English. And then let's dive deeper into my goals for language learning. Like I said, it would be nice to communicate in Russian at the same level as I can communicate in English, but is that a goal? Or if it's a goal, is it a good goal? And what is a good goal in the end? Maybe you have heard about SMART goals. Yes, obviously a goal needs to be a smart. If it's a stupid goal, then there's no point in having it. But I really love the woodpecker. I'm not sure if you can hear it. It's somewhere there. I can't see it. I'm sorry, my thoughts are always going around. I try to focus. I'm talking about my goals for learning, and especially the SMART goals. What is a SMART goal? SMART. It's an acronym where S stands for specific. A goal needs to be specific. Something that you can really understand easily, and it's specific. It's not too wide, too narrow. It's specific, and it should be measurable. That's the M. Something that you can measure if you are reaching the goal or not, or maybe that you can follow your progress. That are you going to reach your goal in the future like you planned or not? You need to measure it somehow. And then A, it should be achievable. You need to measure if you can reach your goal, but if the goal is somewhere far away that you will never reach it, then it's a bad goal. In the end, that kind of goal will be a disappointment for you. You will lose your motivation when trying to reach it because it's too far away, you won't get there. It needs to be achievable, and the goal needs to be relevant. It really needs to have something to do with the thing that you are learning. For example, if it's something else that you are aiming for and it's not relevant for what you're aiming for, it's not a good goal. And then T, smart T, it needs to be time bound or time based. You need to have some sort of timeline for your goal, that when are you going to reach your goal. And thinking of these 5 different aspects and thinking of would be nice to communicate in Russian as I can communicate in English. I'm not quite sure if that is a goal in itself, but it's more like the big picture that maybe that if I have some goals, the results of reaching these goals would lead me to this bigger picture or the bigger results that I can communicate in Russian. Yes. Another thought that I had when I was thinking about learning Russian, or when I started learning Russian, one thought that crossed my mind was that it would be interesting to see that how much Russian can I learn in 1 year. Is it a goal? I think it's more like the timeline or time-bound thing, that it's interesting to see what happens in a year. But at the same time, it's not that specific. It's not, well, you can measure the days, that how many days, but how do you measure the level where my English, where my Russian is at the moment? And it's a bit tricky. Of course, maybe I could measure it with the common European reference for learning language. There's this system which divides language skills basically into 3 different levels: beginner, intermediate, and advanced, and each of them has 2 levels. So A1, A2 is beginner, B1, B2 is intermediate, and C1, C2 is advanced level. But do I really want to go there? I want to keep this fun. Learning a language should be fun, and for me it might be a bit too much. And my little talk here might be too much for the dog. He wants to go on. Do I have any real goals? Yeah, do you have some real goals? Your goal is to go around the forest and do some things, which I won't say out loud. I think I have one goal, which is smart, and that is I want to learn 4,000 most frequent words in Russian by the end of September. Is that smart? At least it's specific. It's about the words, and you need words if you want to speak, so it's specific. It's the words. And what is he doing around? I don't know. Is it measurable? 4,000 words. It's very easily measurable. I can measure it in the app that I use. In Speakly, it shows me how many words I have learned, and so far it's, I think, 3,400 something, so I'm almost there. Is it achievable. Like I said, I'm almost there. Um, what else? Is it relevant? Well, it's very relevant because without words I can't speak. And also, if I connect this to the bigger picture that I have to communicate in English as I can communicate in communicate in Russian as I can communicate in English. Some sources say that, well, it varies by the source, but if you know 4,000 words, that would be language level B2, B1, somewhere there. So my English is, I did a test some years back and it showed that, okay, you know approximately 13,000 words. So 4,000 would be a part of that. Yeah, I think it's really relevant to know the words, and it helps me to get the results that I want in the end. So it sounds good. And is it time bound? It is, because I try to get through these words by the end of September. Well, also I know that I've gone through 3,400 words, but do I really know them? Have I learned them? Maybe I've learned thousands of them so that I can really use them when I speak, but then the rest of them, some of them I can recall them if I really try a lot and try hard, and some of them are those that I know what they mean if I see them, or if I hear them I might know what it means, but I can't produce it myself. I can't use it when I speak. So there's still stuff to do with that. But in the end, it seems that it's the only smart goal that I have. I have the big picture that it would be nice to communicate. Timber! he loves to bite those branches, and yeah, I don't know why. It's a toothpick for him. Yeah, the big picture is that I want to communicate in Russian. Then I have this some sort of challenge for myself that I want to see that where do I get with my Russian in 1 year, and then I have this goal for learning the most frequent words, and I think maybe I should adjust a bit my goal learning the 4,000 words by the end of September and really change it so that it's during 1 year I'd like to learn the 4,000 most frequent words and learn them so that I can really use them. That might be a good goal, I think. What do you think? Is that a good goal? We'll see. That's something that I aim for, and we'll see how it goes. But then there's also the question that what should I do with the other languages? You might know that I speak a little bit Nepalese. If you want to watch, there's a link to my Nepali videos somewhere, or somewhere, I don't know if I can add, because it's a different channel and so on. But anyways, and then I speak also, what do I speak? I speak some Swedish, but I studied that in school, and should I have some goals for that too? Maybe later. One more thing that I want to add, I did not remember to say it earlier, when thinking of how far can I get in 1 year, and is it achievable to achieve the same level as I have at English? Because if we think it like this, I studied English in school back in the days, altogether 10 years, I guess, and after that I've been using the language more or less for 20 years, so that's altogether 30 years experience with the language. So can I squeeze that into 1 year and get my Russian at the same level with English? Obviously it's not possible. So that's why my goal is to learn the most frequent words in a year and see that what it gives to me. yes, that's shortly, it's 15 minutes of my language learning goals. It would be nice to know that what are your goals for language learning. Have you goals, or are you more like me that you have such an idea that it would be nice to know, it would be nice to see, and then you go for it? Because that's how it's been for this 6 months. Once again, 6 months video if you want to see how I speak Russian after 6 months. um, or what kind of goals you have, it would be nice to know. Tell me about it, and please write the comments in Russian, because then I need to read, I need to understand, and then I try to answer in Russian, and that will help my Russian. Or if you speak some other language, go for it. Hey, thank you for being here with me, listening to the woodpecker. There it is, somewhere. I can't see it. It's somewhere behind the trees. What's nice to have you here. It's time to say bye bye. See you again. Paka paka. Das Karava. Hesan vises igen. Heippa. Oli mukava kun kävit. Что еще? Hyvä. Niin se on. Nähdään taas. Moi moi.